I'm here today to demo this beautiful black Isana black pearl guitar. I bought it new about 2 weeks ago at a local music store. It's supposed to be a pretty close copy of an Isana archtop guitar, a German archtop guitar from the 1950s that was bought for Elvis by his father during Elvis's time in the army in Germany. So it was supposed to have been bought in Frankfurt. It features a solid spruce top, laminated maple back and sides, and a mahogany neck. Pearloid inlays on the headstock, as you can see on the fretboard, and a pearloid pickguard. Compensated ebony bridge, chrome tailpiece, white binding around the sound holes, single binding, and I guess like 5 layer binding around the body. Ebony fretboard, in case I haven't said that already. Well, yeah. As I said, it's supposed to have been modeled relatively close to the original guitar that was bought for Elvis, made by Ignaz Sandner in the 1950s. That's how the name comes. Isana is like short for Ignaz Sandner Nauheim. However, there have been some changes made, as Sandner and American Vintage Guitar, who cooperated on this project, stated that they wanted to create a jazz guitar, a high-class jazz guitar that suits modern days players' needs. So in addition to putting on a compensated bridge instead of like the straight standard 1950s German archtop bridge, and using a, I suppose, Kent Armstrong humbucking floating pickup unit instead of the floating single coil unit that Elvis put on later, which was most probably a German Framus or Ideal pickup. I don't know, quite sure, but I've seen similar models. And installing a truss rod in the neck, which is like standard nowadays, but it hasn't been back then. They changed they also changed the shape of the tuners. You see they are quite rounded here. The originals used to have like rounded edges, but they themselves were a lot squarer. The fretboard here is made of ebony instead of the original rosewood that was used. And the shape of the sound holes is a little different, but all in all, on first sight, it seems like it's pretty close to the original guitar. And it sounds great too. It's got that nice open and warm jazz guitar sound, even acoustically. And it plays fine. Even though the action is, well, it is strung with gauge 12 strings, and the action is rather high. It's like about, I'd guess, around 3 millimeters on the 12th fret, which is more than I'm used to, but it's still a great player and plays super easy, so I don't mind. Yes, furthermore, the workmanship of this guitar is just great. It's like you can follow all the bindings, you can look at the lacquer, You can basically look everywhere you want, even inside. There's not a single flaw. This is about as close to a luthier-made guitar you could get. And it sounds great acoustically also. And but the pickup is very nice too. It is right now plugged into my Fame Tube 5. It's a small tube amp of which I've put the presence all up in order to avoid having too much bass in the sound. And this way you get a real mellow tone, like a perfect lead guitar tone. What I especially like about it is that you can really go soft, even without using the palm of your hand to damp the strings. But you can also rip it up. Extremely reactive as a guitar. Plays great. It's very light actually, so you can play it on stage for hours virtually. It also sounds very good with when you're playing finger picking. I don't have my my delay here right now, so it might sound a bit awkward. Well, what more about it to say? It is the first series of one of the models from the first series of this guitar that's been produced. In addition to like about seven pre-series models that have been released, not to the public but to special people. They have made a first batch of 80 guitars with serial numbers running from 8 to 87, this being number 49. So this might be a collector's item in a few years, as long as I don't damage it until then. The price is another issue. The guitar comes with a case, with a very nice case actually, with the black leather and green plush lining, and is priced at 1,250 euros, which is not much for a guitar of that quality. Remember, this is almost a luthier quality guitar, so I guess you can't really go wrong, even though it's a huge amount of money for me. Yeah. So I'll stop now because it seems to start raining. I hope you liked the review, and thanks for watching.